Wow, that was incredible. Renee, here's your, I might keep it for notes for next year if you, I mean, it's better than most of my messages all year, so I figured I might steal it. That was amazing. As Chris already mentioned, it's always extremely difficult to pick a winner each year, and this year was no exception to that, except it was more difficult than ever before. And as we looked at all the nominees, man, I just want to say that you are amazing and phenomenal, and we're so proud. And I was joking earlier with Pastor Bill as we were in the room with some of the nominees, and I thought if we started a church with what's in this room, we would do some damage to the enemy, and just bless whatever city we go to. And then one of my pastors volunteered to lead that church, which he's not going to. He's staying here. But we're so excited for the winner, the female winner. You guys ready? You excited about it? As we looked at this phenomenal, amazing woman, I listened to Chris today as he read the definition of a revivalist, and just made sure that who we picked was the right person. And oh boy, does she ever meet that definition. And then Chris went through the 10 characteristics of a revivalist, and she met every single characteristic. She's a phenomenal leader. She is so humble. The level of sacrifice that she lives in on a consistent basis is probably overwhelming to everyone except for her. And she carries a unique anointing on her life. And we watched her, she didn't know, but we watched her all year just lead an exceptional class as an exceptional leader. And we would like you to stand up wherever you're at and honor this year's Emerald Award Johnson winner, Mollie Brown. You have to come in this room. That's what has to happen. Shane, her Revival Group pastor, ignoring the social distancing.
I'm extremely shocked, but so honored and incredibly thankful to receive this award. I feel just so deeply indebted to this house and all the amazing spiritual mothers and fathers who have poured into my life and all those of my classmates. It truly has been such a privilege to be here during this historic time, and I know that we'll never, ever be the same. It's sad that there are many of you I've never had the pleasure to get to know, but after all we've navigated this year, from the heights of being swept up in heavenly moments to the deep sorrow and disappointments, I feel we're very much united in the spirit, like an army who has gone to war together. If I could, I wish I could share this award with all of you for all the victories we have seen as a class. I'm so proud and honored to have run with you this year. I have seen how you've been disappointed yet not discouraged. You've taken on battles of the faith and come out forever changed. You've shown great tenacity for the presence of God and have pursued him with all you have had. I have been greatly impacted by your generosity and kindness in the midst of lack and the high price each of you has paid to be here. Our year is truly a year who has been marked for God's glory. I have seen it, and I know there is so much more to come. This is truly just the beginning. As I was thinking about the glory that our class was marked with by our amazing Papa Bill, I came across a prophetic word from Bobby Connor from 2014. I'm just going to read a small section because I found it so great. The church is far too familiar with a God we barely know, but our cry for the manifest presence of God is about to be answered. Someone is at the door. Every eye shall behold his brilliance and magnificent glory, and every veil shall be removed in order to behold the Lamb in his glory. These are days of destiny filled with wonder and excitement, prepared to be overwhelmed, captivated, stunned, and enthralled by the awareness of God. We have had the privilege and honor of sitting under a man who so embodies this pursuit. And I just want to thank Pastor Bill for teaching us the very essence of what all this is about. Seeking his face and hosting his presence at all costs. In October time, I had an encounter with Jesus in the sanctuary that changed my life forever. My 4-year-old had given me the revelation that we have full access to heaven. And in worship, I saw a door open in front of me. As I stepped in, I saw Jesus. And I'll never forget looking into his eyes, the beauty and the love and the fire, the realization that heaven was at hand. It was so close. And I felt the physical sensation of Jesus' face against mine. He was right there in front of me. Seeing his face made me change my focus to an eternal focus. Nothing else seemed to matter in that moment, and I longed just to serve him, to give him everything. My dear brothers and sisters, we must live with eternity in mind. Whenever we get caught up with the cares and worries of this world, we must find his face. We must find home. We have an assignment to serve the world with his love. So we must continually abide in that place of love. I have seen the eyes of Jesus many times before, but it's always been the eyes of the poor, the downtrodden, and the broken. In the eyes of the children who were sold for sex. The sweet eyes of the babies that have been abandoned and the poor widows with no hope. When we serve the least of these, we are serving Jesus. In Matthew 25, Jesus tells the disciples, "What you did to the least of these, you did unto me." And what a privilege. Wherever God leads you and whoever he wants you to love, find Jesus in their eyes. As my hero Mother Teresa says, it's not how much you do, but how much love you put into it that counts. When you know how much God is in love with you, you can only live a life radiating that love. So class, my charge for you is always to abide in his love and to love others well, to give the world a love encounter with our great and glorious King, to surrender everything on a daily basis and follow him wherever he leads you, keeping your eyes fixed on him, those fiery eyes of love. I bless you, class of 2019 and 20. It's been an honor, and I know we will meet again, and we will have an eternity to share the stories of all that God did in our lives and the glory that we saw manifest on this earth. Thank you.
Class, let's give a hand to our Emerald winners. And then will you stand with me where you are and join me in welcoming Papa Bill.
Good job. Amazing. Is it on? There it is. Hi. Oh, my class of 2020, we are so indebted to you. You've impacted our life. You've impacted our city. You've helped us walk further in this call that God's given us. And it's been one of the greatest joys in life has been to run this race with you. And I want to thank you. Thank you for being here. Thanks for trusting us. We've had 3 pretty powerful messages already with Chris's word and then the nominees or the winners. of the Emerald Johnson Award, so we don't need another sermon. But I do want to leave you with a thought. 2 weeks ago, I opened our revival series, the God of Revival series here at Bethel. And forgive me, I forgot to mention something. I want to thank all the parents and the supporters, the people